Verb tenses are extremely important in business writing. The English language has many ways to express time, and this is one of the reasons why English is the world language. It's got a fantastic array of options to express time, and in business this allows you to write with subtlety and carefully construct meaning around time. So let's have a look at some of the main ideas around verb tenses. We can say that we can often put our verb tenses on a timeline, so we can say the present is now, is happening right now. We also have, of course, the future and the past. But let's see how English language breaks down these verb tenses. It's not just the past, present, and future. There's actually a lot more subtlety or layers to it. So first of all, in terms of the past tenses, well, we can say that for past we have the past simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Most of the time English just uses the past simple with some past continuous. However, it is possible for the others, as we'll see in this example. Past simple. Last year the company encouraged staff to reach their full potential. So we can see how we're actually talking about a completed past. It's not still happening now. If it was still happening now, we would use a present tense, but we like to use this idea of ago or last month or last year or yesterday, because past simple talks about a completed past. In the continuous, the company was encouraging staff to reach their full potential before June. So it's something that's happened in the past, and by using a continuous tense, which we can see with the ing, we know that it's happening for a period of time. It gives us that feeling that it's continuing. We often use past continuous with the words such as when or at that time or before. The past perfect. The company had encouraged staff to reach their full potential before they implemented the training. So we're actually using two tenses there. The first that we can see is a past perfect, and the second one, where we say they implemented, that's a past simple. So often the past perfect and the past simple will work together. The amazing thing about the past perfect is it means you can express time two times ago or two pasts ago. You can have a distant past and a recent past. So the past perfect is used for the distant past. The company had encouraged staff to reach their full potential, so that happened a long time ago, before they implemented the training. Implemented was more recent. Keywords there, had and before. Past perfect continuous, like I mentioned before, not a very common tense, however it does occasionally happen. The company had been encouraging their staff to reach their full potential before the training started. So again, a past before a past. However, we use that idea of the continuous, the ing, to emphasize that it was happening for a longer period of time. Keywords by the time before. Let's turn now to present tenses and the present simple. The company encourages staff to reach their full potential. This is a fact. It's a regular routine. It's something that happens often. So we often use the present simple in business writing. So keywords, always, often, usually, sometimes, never. It's something that we can schedule. Present continuous. The company is encouraging staff to reach their full potential. We use the present continuous to talk about what's happening right now. So it's happening at the present. So I get the feeling that this encouraging is happening now, or during this present period of maybe a few weeks. We also use, in the present continuous, we use this construction going to. So I am going to meet somebody, but that actually expresses the future, even though the grammatical form is the present continuous, the meaning is the future. So that's kind of an exception. Present perfect, again another common tense, this one. The company has encouraged staff to reach their full potential. So when you see the verb has or have plus the verb form, we often can tell that it's a present perfect. So it gives me the feeling that it's an experience that's occurred that has affected the present. So the company has encouraged staff to reach their full potential. Therefore, something will happen, or therefore the staff are improving their performance. So the staff have this experience and it affects the present. It's got an implication for now. Present perfect continuous, Not so common, but it does happen. The company have been encouraging staff to reach their full potential. Again, the difference with the continuous, it gives you that feeling it's happening over a period of time. And the key words there being for or since. Looking now at the future tenses, and the future simple is quite a common tense. The company will encourage staff to reach their full potential in the future. We often use will to talk about a prediction, something that we think will happen. So we could talk about tomorrow, next week, in 5 years. We use this future simple form. Talking about future continuous, we can say the example, the company will be encouraging staff to reach their full potential as part of the operational plan for next year. We're going to talk about a period which is happening for a longer time. Will be encouraging. So ing for the continuous, it's going to happen for a longer period of time. Future perfect, again, not very common, but it does happen. The company will have encouraged staff to reach their full potential by the time the training begins. So what action will be completed by a particular time in the future? Keywords by or in 5 years or in 10 years. This will have happened. Future perfect continuous. Again, we're using the continuous to express the feeling that it's happening for a longer period of time. The company will have been encouraging staff to reach their full potential for 3 months by the time the training begins. By using that will have been encouraging, it gives me the feeling that it's happening in the future, but it will have been happening for a number of months, for quite a time. So keywords there being for and by. Future perfect continuous occasionally happens, but not the most common tense. The most common tenses are probably the past simple, the present simple, the present perfect, and the future simple.